All right, so I guess we are live. Uh, have not checked that sound is working. I will not be pulling up the comments. I wanted to just record a stream, but it wasn't working, so I had to go live. So let's take a look at this Bitcoin chart. We're talking Bitcoin today, guys, and why 30K Bitcoin is on the table. Um, Understand this. This is not my base case. This is not what I expect. But you have to respect the TA, and technically, it's on the table. Let's break this down on a clean chart. My chart is marked to death where we can't even look at it, so we're just going to pull a blank BTC chart and we're going to work fresh. All right, so we're going to start at the beginning of the bull market for this current bull market. Come on. So I entered at $16,500 this year. So I have a trend line running basically from this bottom. I'm sorry, nope, it wasn't that bottom. Maybe it was. I'm gonna have to draw two because I have to check based off my other chart. I think this might be correct. It is. So you got 1, 2, and your 3 touches to make this a true proper trend line. So that looks too high still, but again, these could be the way that's why I should just be using the chart you can't see shit on. Whatever, we're gonna go to my chart where you can't really see much because it's already drawn out. So I dropped this from my crypto group earlier, right? So I followed up a trend line along the bottom of the bull run, right? Supporting the bull run. And that is this blue thick line right here. Okay? You can disregard everything else it does, it's irrelevant. Okay? So I'm sorry. I'll take this back. Here we go. This is the blue line I was talking about. Okay, I'm sorry. Ranging from 2020. All right, here we go. Let's hop back to the blank chart and do this again now. Now we can do this properly. That I know where the chart is, where the start of the line is coming from. All right, so from 20K, that's where I'm drawing it from, or from 2020. No. See, it's back here. Yep. Okay, that's why. All right. So this has been tracking the bull market since 2020, right? We have, let me get this trend line proper so no one's crying later. All right, so we have a clear 1, 2, 3 touches, right? 1, 2, 3 touches, verifiable trend line. All right. So last cycle, what are we looking at here? At the blow off top, we had a double top in the 2021 cycle here. So we had a high, the initial high we put in, 65K, came back down, and then we came back up and we formed a marginally higher high by a couple $1,000s. Okay, let's take a look at the drop that we had in between the second high and the bottom of the bear market. So measuring this down, we're looking at about a 75% drop. Okay. The reason I'm talking about this today is because it's posted all over Twitter, and generally, what I have learned in the market since 2017 is the market is going to inflict the most pain upon the most people possible. And at first, I thought this would be a lockout rally for those who are waiting to buy 69K, 72K when we were in the 75K range. But we've been known this cycle to front run pullbacks by just a small bit to not let people get that sweet entry. So, given that, there could be a worse turnout. And that could be Bitcoin at $30,000. That will shake the hands of some people. That will ruffle some feathers in the market. Okay? Where am I getting this fucking crazy target? Let me show you. So, from we had top one, top two marginally higher, 75% drop into the bear. This market, okay, we formed a high. Okay, we dropped. We formed a marginally higher high by about $2,000, just like we did here, from 65 to up to 69. From here, we went from 109 to 112. So basically the same exact scenario replaying. Now let's put in a 75% drop from the cycle high. Okay, if this is the cycle high. Okay, and this is going to be where this trend line comes into play that has been holding since 2020. All right, ready for this, guys? Do you think that is coincidence? 75.18% pullback, 75.2% pullback, and it takes us directly to the same trend line. So, cycles don't repeat, cycles rhyme. We're not going to see the exact same. I don't believe this cycle is like 2017, 2021, as the institutional play is happening. There are just not, in my mind, any reason for institutions to be jumping in, Saylor to be loading up at 100K if they ultimately think we're pulling back to 30,000 and pushing their clients, head over heels into Bitcoin so that they can get shook when it drops to, nowhere near. And people are going to be shaking out of their boots when it hits 50K again, And this is going to be opportunity if it happens. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But it's on the table and you need to be aware. And it doesn't stop there. It's not just a simple, I see a pattern happening and a fractal of the same pattern, and if it happens again, it's that simple. No, it's not. It's worse. It gets worse, guys. So let's look at this. On the RSI, we are creating a downward sloping trend line. If we follow that RSI up directly from the top, it takes us to where? Right here, this high. And what have we done since then? We have gone up, right? So here's my concerns. Here's what I am seeing possibly playing out. We're going to zoom in a little bit now. So a triple top scenario would be worst case, in my opinion, okay? And the triple top would be taking place right in this 110 to 112 zone, okay? Because that's a pretty fair area to be calling. It would almost be a quadruple top if, you add this 108 wick in. So there's a little bit of room down here for this to run still. A little bit. Just a little bit. And if we can't break it, it's going to come back down, right? So it's going to continue the bullish divergence, and the bullish divergence is going to play out. But it does, like I said, it does have that little bit of room to get to the trend line first. And if we are able to run just a little bit from today's current price of 105.7, just run another couple percent, and we're right back up in that 110 to 112 range, looking at a possible triple top. So again, it's not the base case. It's obviously the most bearish case possible, but I see why people on Twitter are throwing this pattern out. I see where the 30K calls are coming from. And when I saw this, I was like, man, the opposite's going to happen because everyone's posting the same damn chart. But then when I pulled up my chart and I saw this trend line right here, this really kind of shook me a little bit and made me think twice. And if, again, 30K target, the measured move takes you down to $28,000 and $29,000. So that's where the 30K target people are throwing out is coming from. If this were to happen, what's the plan, guys? How do you capitalize on this? It's very, very, very simple. So if we are blessed with a shitty bull market, there still is a way for us to take advantage of this. And that would be using this triple top that we would be looking to form in this area, right? We're looking for another top in this area here. Actually, it's not even that far of an area. It is like an area like that. Okay, so we're looking for in this little the $2,000 range, we're looking for it to top and start coming back down. If we did, we would set stop losses above the 112 all-time high, right? We can expect to see scam wicks up, and I'm not going to get stopped out on a scam wick. So I would put my stop loss personally at about 114,000, 113,005, because you can get a scam wick from 112 to 113 or a quick pump up and that last hurrah before the short, and I'll be damned if I get stopped out on something like that. So we would be looking at a trade, guys, that would look something like this. We would have about a, for fuck's sake, about a 1.6% stop, and say we, so 1.5%, say we run this on 20x leverage, okay? 1.5%, 20% leverage, that's a 30% loss. So say you put $1,000 in this trade, you're risking at max 330 bucks at max, okay? On the downside, you have a reward of 75% times 20x leverage, which is approximately 16 extra money. All right. So again, based off of a $1,000 trade, something that most people can afford to take a chance on. You don't want to lose 300 bucks, of course, or 10,000. You don't want to lose 3,000, of course. You can make the stop way tighter. You can make the stop 112.5 if you want, guys. You can make the stop 113 flat, and you're looking at a point that's maybe even smarter. 113 flat, and then you're looking at a 0.6% stop with 20x leverage. You know, you're looking at losing 110 bucks. Whoop-de-fucking-do, right? And you have upside for 16x, so $16,000 to be capitalized on if this were to take place. A big ol' if this were to take place, with a very, very minimal risk. Depending where you want it to be, you can risk anywhere from that 0.5% up to 2%, I would say. You know, if you want to be real safe about it and give yourself that real wiggle room and find out if that's the real top, because, you know, you're going to have test and retest and scam wicks and market maker bullshit, whale games. So just putting it out there, it's on the table. And if it happens, this is how you handle it like a boss. All right? If we see the opportunity come, you take it. You take a stab. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out, and we resume up like we expect. That's what I'm expecting. We're closing the day in 4 minutes. We're closing the week in 4 minutes. We just had the highest monthly close of all time. Okay, like, we're super bullish right now, guys. We're super bullish, even though altcoins aren't telling that story. Even altcoins are looking pretty solid right now. Like, come on, guys. Look at what the alts are doing right now. It looks like they're forming bottoms, even though I'm not totally convinced Bitcoin dominance top is in yet. That's a story for a different day. Right now, we were just talking about that short trade and the possibility. Again, it's looking for that triple top in that 111, 112K range. Setting the stop approximately $500 over the all-time high, maybe up to $1,500 above the all-time high if you want to give yourself a little extra wiggle room. Again, it's not going to hurt. It's not going to be more than a couple $100, no matter how much you're throwing into this trade. So the upside is there. And I just want to point out that it's there. The TA unfortunately shows that it's possible. And again, it's just one of the many possibilities, and it's the most bearish case. But it would also be very, very bullish to see 30K again, because that's an opportunity for those who didn't get the chance to stock back up. It's going to give us the ability to shake out all the real non-believers, the people who really don't understand Bitcoin. They're not holding from 112,000 to 30,000 if they're not convicted. So that might be the ultimate pain move. That might be worse than a lockout rally. So keep your eyes peeled for the opportunity, guys. I just wanted to put it out there to you. It's been a long time since I made a video again. I'm Pat. It's the Real PG Crypto. I'll see you in the next one.